G'day, Scruff here. Thanks for dropping by. Today I hope you brought a couple of mates with you, because today's little video is hard work for an old fella. It's all about how to change a wheel on your car when it's got a flat tyre. Now obviously there's a lot of different types of vehicles, a lot of different types of jack. This is the old GQ Nissan Patrol, and that's what we'll do today. So just demonstrate how to change a flat tyre on the wheel. We're not changing the tyre, just taking the wheel and the tyre off and replacing it. Now, a couple of things to remember. If you're out on a busy road, highway, get off the road as far as you can safely. That's the number one. It's better to prevent than to cure, as they always say. Even if you've got to drive a kilometre or so, you may wreck the tyre, you might even wreck a rim, but that's better than getting hit by a semi-trailer or multiple cars when they don't see you on the road. When we're out in the bush around gnarly cattle with timber or log cattle yards, and there's a gnarly bull not happy with what you're doing, he wants you bad. And my old dad used to say, get out of there. It's better to get a handful of splinters than it is an arse full of horns. So there's the crux of it. Make it safe. Get out of the way of the problem. Alright, now we'll push on. A couple of things you may need before you set out on your journey. Be familiar with your vehicle, where the jack is. Make sure your spare tyre has got plenty of air in it, and learn where to put the jack so that you can get it off the ground. A couple of different types of jack. I've got a trolley jack under this vehicle already set up for the purpose of this exercise. That's a bottle jack. There's all different types of jacks. Now when you jack it up, you may need to secure the vehicle in case it falls off the jack, which can always be a bit difficult to deal with. Now chock your vehicle, make sure that it doesn't roll away, handbrake on. Some situations might be on a bit of a slope like this. These are always good. A brick or a rock or anything at all, stick it under the wheel to secure it so it doesn't roll away while you're changing the vehicle. I mean, I know this is a lot of stuff. When you're travelling four-wheel drive or camping, you'll carry a certain amount of items. This is just a board to put the jack on so that if you're on soft ground, it doesn't sink and fall off your jack. Makes it hard to work with. Some people have got the luxury of this in a bigger setup, of course. To undo the wheel nuts, two-way radio or a UHF if you're travelling. If you're on the side of a road and you're in trouble and your phone doesn't work, you can always dial up a trucker. There'll be one that'll pull up and give you a hand if you ask them. Sometimes might be a few beers involved. That's another story. And the last good thing, of course, you may need one of these to slap yourself if you haven't pumped up your spare tyre and made sure you know how to work your jack before you set out. So what we'll do, get straight into it, eh? It's going to take a while to do this video. Now you'll notice the spare tyre is under there. You can't always do that, but that's just in case this whole thing falls off the jack while I'm working on it. It'll fall onto that and I can get the jack back under. Like I said, you may need one of these. You may not need anything if you're on a flat piece of ground. So we'll get on with it, eh? Now the first thing to do, I use a wheel brace, gives you a little bit more purchase. You need the wheel on the ground, that's flat. You see how dull that is? The wheel on the ground to crack the nuts first. If you lift it off the ground, try and crack it, the wheel will spin generally. So we'll do that straight up, eh? A little bit more. We don't want to take them right off until we get it off the ground. Now bear with me. One, I'm old, and two, I've got a fair veranda over the museum here, so it's going to take me a little while, but we'll do our best. Now we jack it up. Should only take till lunchtime. Nearly out of breath. This is where the assistant comes in, not here. Now you need to jack it up to at least an inch or 25 odd mil off the ground to take the new pumped up tyre or wheel. So we'll go up as much as we can. That's plenty. Loosen the nuts. You might just want to wriggle them a little bit. Today'd be good, mate, eh? Take them off like such. I can hear a truck coming past now. I think we're safe enough here, off the road. I can hear a plane going over. I think we're safe enough here, at this level. One flat tyre coming off. One better tyre. Now, sometimes you'll need a lever, depending on the weight of the tyre, to get that up to where we need it. Ten or 20 minutes later, you've got it on. Then when you're my age, you have a little lie down and go to seconds. And what we do, put them on by hand. Even the blowflies are hanging around. They know something I don't yet. Oh, I give that a bit of a wriggle there. You have to make sure the wheel is secure on the drum. If it's at an angle, then your wheel's going to wobble, break your wheel studs, car goes off road or crashes. Today'd be good, mate. Injury there. So we'll nip these up. Now we just nip them and we go diagonal. Don't go around in a circle because it'll pull the wheel one way or the other. Diagonal like such. You'll notice I didn't put the spare back under there because I've got other props underneath. Don't need it in this case. It's just for the exercise. they're nipped up securely. Wheel back on the ground. That's certainly on the ground. We need to nip them up tight as you can get them by hand. I've only got little arms, nip them up tight, and then in 100 kilometres or so, go around and nip them up again, just to make sure they're secure. Go diagonally, not around in a circle. Make sure the wheel is pulled up tight. I'd be happy that that's not going to come off today or the next day. I'll nip it up tighter in a couple of days when I've done 100 k's. Well, that's about all I've got for you. There you have it. Wheel on, safe. This is another handy thing that you might want to take with you. A cooler full of drinks. When you're old like me, you can sit on it. If you haven't prepared yourself, you might be in for the long haul on the side of the road. So, that's about all I got for you. Till we meet again, just get on the old Google machine, type in Scruff's Timeless Tales or Aussie Scruff, and you'll see my poetry there. There's 20 odd audio and 40 odd in the PDF. And spread the word, eh? And until we meet again, more vehicles going past, we're safe enough here. Until we meet again, just keep it real and tell it how it is, eh? Happily motoring. Thank you. Oh, just go and have a lie down now for a while.